Canon has been hard at work on the R3. It feels like we're getting really close to the release date now, and Canon is dropping more and more details on this new camera. I'm breaking down what we know, my predictions for the release date, and the cost. Let's get into it. Hey, if you're new here, my name's Chris. I'm teaching photography and how to start a creative business. I want to say a special hi to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Alright, so for the past couple of years, Canon has been releasing new full-frame mirrorless cameras. These cameras have been pretty good with the features they offer, but none of them really stand out compared to the competition. That is, until now. The R3 is offering features no other camera manufacturer is doing. Canon is offering something called enhanced autofocus performance and tracking capabilities that are possible due to deep learning technology. This means that the camera will be able to provide better eye tracking on people, animals, and even birds. They also announced vehicle subject recognition for cars and motorcycles that will be great if you're shooting motorsports. Canon claims the autofocus will work in extremely low light conditions all the way down to EV-7. This means that in conditions that are 7 stops from perfectly exposed, the autofocus will still work great. One of the coolest features about the autofocus in this camera is that you can control the focus point with your eye. While looking through the electronic viewfinder, depending on where you're looking at in the scene, the focus point will land there. This is some insane technology that we've never seen before in a camera. I'm a Sony user, but I've got to hand it to Canon on this one. So how does this work? We can see that the viewfinder in this camera is pretty big compared to other cameras, and this feature works by using a set of infrared lights that are built into the viewfinder. It seems like these lights will bounce inward and scan where your eye is looking. This feature sounds awesome, but we'll have to see how useful it is in the real world when people start testing this camera out. Moving on to the sensor. The camera features a full-frame back-illuminated stacked CMOS sensor. Canon is saying that this will help reduce rolling shutter better than the previous EOS R models. Along with this, the electronic shutter will be able to shoot 30 FPS RAW and with full autofocus. Speeds like that are amazing if you're shooting sports or any fast-moving subjects. Let's talk about video. This camera will shoot up to 4K RAW. That's going to be great for anyone that's using this camera for video, but this camera isn't designed for videographers. With the features I mentioned earlier, it's clearly a photography-first camera. So I bet you're wondering, when is the release date? Let's go over the features again. 30 FPS, enhanced autofocus performance, controlling the autofocus point with your eye. This is a camera made for shooting sports. And what's coming up July 23rd? The Olympics are happening, the biggest sporting event on the planet. I think Canon's going to release this camera by then so that the best sport photographers out there get access to it. Historically, this makes sense. The Canon 1DX has been the best camera for sports photographers. The original 1DX came out in 2012 for the London Olympics, and the 1DX Mark II came out in 2016 for the Rio Olympics. It makes sense that this camera is going to be coming out very soon for the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. So last question, how much will this camera cost? Well, that's still up in the air. Canon hasn't really said anything about the cost. When they announced the 1DX Mark III, it cost $6,500. This camera's features outdo that one, but if Canon prices this camera that high, it's not going to be able to compete in the market. It's true that the Sony A1 is going for $6,500, but that camera isn't the competition. The Sony A9 is, and the A9 is $4,500. I'm predicting that the cost of the R3 is going to be somewhere between $4,500 and $6,500. Now, will I be getting it personally? Not a chance. I'm not a sports photographer. I don't need this camera. I'm a product photographer. And this camera is overkill for what I do. It's an amazing camera if you use the features, but it's for a very small percentage of photographers. Okay, I want to hear from you. Are you excited for this camera? Are you going to be dropping the money on this insane piece of hardware? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you for watching. I think it's awesome that you want to learn more about cameras and photography. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and allows me to make more of these. I'll see you in the next video.